Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone, and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happens when you call your channel This is Football and not This is Anfield. Why couldn't I just call it This is Anfield or just Liverpool related so I wouldn't have to do this stream? But we've got so many. We've got so many subscribers who do support Chelsea. So out of respect for them, we're here, my lovely people, and we're here to talk about Chelsea Football Club. So we're here to talk all things Chelsea. We're here to talk, quote unquote, from the Chelsea perspective. That's basically what we're going to do today. We're going to be talking about Caicedo and Lavia moving to Chelsea Football Club. We're going to be talking about Olise, who signed for them yesterday, the kind of Kepa/goalkeeper situation. So we've got a lot to talk about today. So everyone watching this right now or on the replay, because I know a whole lot of you guys like to watch this on the replay. We haven't even started yet. There's already 300 people in here. Big up to you guys for all your support. We're actually approaching 20k subscribers. So please do like the video. Do subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. YouTube's telling me as well, you guys are sharing the videos in record rates. So hit that share button. Share the videos everywhere, wherever you share them. Twitter, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you share that stuff. Continue to share it. 300 people in here. Minimum 150 likes. That's first target number one. So please do like the video right now and subscribe. Big up to LJ, of course, who says, all you is done with these two and you're a steak. Listen, brother, I knew who to bring on. You guys can see who in the title, but we have to give them that respect in the introductions. So, I know what I'm getting myself into. But listen, I told them I come in peace. I'm a host today. I have nothing to do. All I'm gonna just do is just host today and ask questions about Chelsea Football Club. I am innocent. So criminal number one, ladies and gentlemen, the biggest compliment I could give him is his realness off the screen. An absolute brother, younger brother, 100%. Even though he tries to portray like he's the older, wiser head, he ain't. I'm the wiser guy, 100%, but I'm just a bit more aggressive. And listen, he's one of the realest out there. You guys see us on Battle of the North every single week. Ladies and gentlemen, Matisse Armani has graced us with his presence. How are you doing, Matisse?
I can see the fear in your eye, bro. Relax. Nobody's come to hurt you today. It's all good.
Hold my hands up.
Pleasure.
Hold my hands up. Hold my hands up. I am innocent. I've done nothing. Big up to you, man. Big up to you, brother. Big up to you. Big up to Slim as well. Thanks so much for the super chat, my brother. And look, Spurs shirt. Is that a Spurs shirt? No, he ain't wearing a Spurs shirt.
It's a normal top. What's wrong with these people?
It's just a normal top.
Are they okay?
Come on.
It's just a plain jumper. Relax.
You know what it is? Because you're sitting down like this from here.
There is not, brother. I would sooner just pack up everything and go before I'd even let that top even touch my skin. No chance.
Fair. That's a fair point. And finally, as well, joining us on the channel, making his return. It's been such a long ass time since he's come on the channel. The reason why he hasn't come on the channel is just because of time differences, and it really hasn't worked out for us. But he's joining us today as well to talk Chelsea Football Club. Also one of the realest guys I've met out there, man. It's funny how I'm actually getting along with all the rivals. It's my own fan base that I beef in this content creation thing. Joining us on the channel, of course, here to cause a little bit of havoc and also talk ball, of course, because man knows football. Man like Goonie has joined us. How you doing, Goonie, brother?
I'm all good. Thank you very much for having me back on this amazing channel. You have grown, jumped leaps and bounds, and congratulations to you for doing so. One of the most hardest working people, alongside Matisse as well, man. Have to give you both your flowers. So big up yourself. Brilliant content as always. But enough of that. We place the bid. 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 It feels good to say that. Yes, man. Big up the chat as well.
You can tell Goonie has not been able to let that out yet. You know what I'm saying? He's ready. He's ready for the smoke. I'm not gonna lie, the dopamine wore off for me when we saw the Lavia Here We Go. I didn't even flinch. I've got so many Here We Goes over the last couple of months that it's not hitting. I didn't even move. I didn't even flinch. I just said, all right, cool. We got him now. It's over. We move.
Got the Anfield pack as well. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, that's a start right there to the video. Big up to AB who says, Osama Zafar, we would like to have a Chelsea. Hey, Todd Bowley can't buy me. You best believe that. Hey, Todd Bowley can't buy me, brother. I'm here. He can't hijack this deal. Liverpool to Hussam is for life, akhi. Lifetime contract. We're on that Pedri Gavi vibe, bro. We ain't going nowhere. So thanks so much, AB, but that ain't ever gonna happen, my brother. So anyway, speaking of, we want the bid. Why always be? Matisse, Caicedo, Lavia, midfield situation. Talk to the people, brother.
Beautiful. Literally the perfect midfield. You couldn't ask for anything more. You got creativity in there. You got passing range. You got vision. We saw that in the second half for Enzo against Liverpool. And now he's been given, like, there's no shackles on him now. He's got a free role and he's got the opportunity to just run a game. This is a guy that's capable of running football matches. That's how good he is. I said it when we signed him from Benfica on deadline day. If we didn't get him then, he would be playing for Real Madrid or someone like that, or City, because that's the level of player that he is. So we've got someone in there now that can run a game. And now we're giving him massive security behind him with Caicedo, Lavia, who are going to do the dirty work. He'll still get involved and do the tackling. We saw against Liverpool, when he was pressing high up, he was trying to win the ball back. He was getting into a lot of duels, winning a lot of them as well. But you don't primarily want him to be, you know, the main man for that. You want him to have the freedom to play ball. So, man, I'm excited, bro. I think we've actually honestly got one of the best midfields in the league. I honestly do. I think that midfield now, honestly, I think it can go up against anyone in the league. So with that, with great power comes great responsibility, and it means that we have to perform. But I'm excited, man. I'm very excited. That team can keep the ball now. Last season it was hot potato, couldn't keep the ball. Even in the first 20 minutes against Liverpool, we couldn't keep the ball that well. You know, Gallagher was playing as the deepest midfielder. We'd try to punch the ball into him, and it was kind of bouncing off his feet a bit. But now we got proper security. So you saw the possession stats against Liverpool overall. I think it was one of the worst for Klopp in his entire reign, and that's on day one for Poch, let's be honest. So it's not going to get any easier. And this is a team that can press. It's a team that can keep the ball now. The retention is going to be mad, because it's going to be like Hussam's stream. You know what I'm saying? The retention is going to be crazy. Olise keeping it as well. James. Whew. Look how I dashed him a little compliment there, just to make it feel all better. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
I had to give him a little compliment just so he didn't start being sad. But you know what I mean? It's true, man. The retention is crazy. So I'm looking forward to it, man. We're going to be playing some.
Just a quick question to you, and this is to you both. There's kind of been a conversation regarding like who actually starts now, because people are saying, quote unquote, Lavia is going to end up at the bench. So, like, how do you see the dynamic working out in midfield?
You can play a 3-man midfield with Enzo, Caicedo, and Lavia, 4-3-3, no problem. And you can definitely have Lavia on the bench and play Olise in the 10 if you want. That's potentially what Chelsea have looked at. I think he's a right winger, because that's what I've seen at Palace. But I went into his Reading statistics in 2021 season in the Championship. He played about 18 games in the 10 in a 4-2-3-1, and then he played about 19 games on the wing. So Olise, yeah. So they're looking at him as someone that can play in both, because he can beat players. There's been some Ziyech comparisons because he crosses the ball, but if you actually watch Olise, he can actually beat players. He's got some pace as well, which Ziyech never had. So I'm not really too worried about that. I just want him to add goals to his game, because we saw that strike against Man United. The guy can shoot. Do you know what I'm saying? He's got good technique. He hasn't been putting the ball in the back of the net, or he maybe hasn't got into as many goal scoring opportunities at Palace as he will at Chelsea. So he's gonna have to finish. But you have variation there. Look, we haven't got these free for the next season with no European football to say you're not going to get game time. We have to qualify for the Champions League. Then there'll be more games. So I don't think Lavia is expecting to start every single match. You know, I don't think he even played every match last season. He was injured for a bit. So everybody's going to get looked after. Everybody's going to get their rest. 5 subs, all good. I ain't got no problem with it. But we have to obviously let some people go in midfield. One of them, I think, probably might be Gallagher for a fee. Could be someone else as well. But, you know, that's what happens.
Don't you dare suggest what I think you might suggest. Please.
I'm not going to suggest you taking any of our midfielders.
I'm not that low yet. I'm not that down yet.
I didn't come here for that. I come here for real talk, real ball talk today.
I'm not glad
to do any of that.
That's what I want.
I don't think you need that. Let's leave that for 2 weeks time.
Less than that. Goonie, go on, brother. Since we're on the topic of midfield.
No, I mean a lot of what Matisse has said, I've got to agree with. I think they see him as a versatile option. I see why out of the trio we were rumored to be signing, that Olise was going to be the most likely signing, because obviously his brother's still in the academy. He's got experience at the academy as well. Premier League player, also in London, doesn't have to move. All these things, they all add up. Do you know what I mean? The small details build the bigger picture. But in terms of him on the pitch, you know, versatile option, can even play right wing, could even play number 10, quite rightly, as Matisse said. Held down that number 10 position at Reading for several games. But we know him more as a right winger. Now, the thing is that appeals most for me with Olise is the creativity. His creativity stats have been absolutely amazing. And that's something as Chelsea fans we've been crying out for, as well as defensive midfielders. We've been crying out for creativity. And Olise definitely has got that in his locker. I believe it was something like under the 21s, under 22s or something. He came in like top 5 or top 4 or something like that. Very good stats anyway. I don't really watch stats like that too much. I'm more of an eye merchant, you get me? I love watching the game with my eyes. But, you know, when you look at those numbers, you can't not be excited, especially a team that was quote unquote devoid of creativity. So it's a good signing, man. Always liked him. Very skillful, entertaining to watch. I've seen him cook us a few times. Do you know what I mean? I remember him smoking Rudiger once, and I was like, boy, and this was when Rudiger, I don't know if you remember, Matisse, he was supreme form, but Olise came there and said, I don't care who you are, mate, I'm still going to do you. So I love that. You need that kind of player.
The only annoying thing with him is that he's injured at the moment, which was one of my big downsides, is that obviously I'd prefer someone who's not injured. Don't know when he's back. Could be end of September, I think Ornstein was saying. So I have to take that into account. That's a little bit of a bummer, but you know, the recruitment team, they've done a very good job since they come in. Obviously, those players that they've brought in have to actually bang now and have to bring some sort of trophy. I think we need to be winning a cup this season as well. Even be going for both of them, but minimum need to be picking up one. So yeah, I trust them. I would have been looking at, you know, I was pretty cool with Kudus as well, because obviously I know he can score. Cherky's very talented as well, but some people said he had attitude issues, but he's extremely talented. So listen,
Kudus was actually my number 1 choice out of the 3. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, Kudus plays 10 a lot more, doesn't he? And he plays potentially false 9, and he can score.
It's also outside of all of the attacking traits that he's got. In fact, off the ball and, you know, contributing to helping out that midfield. And you know, that's something that Pochettino loves as well. He loves his midfield to be robust as well as, you know, creative and scoring goals going forward. So I thought that was the extra thing, the extra bit of spice for me to be bringing Kudus over the other 2.
Yeah, no, listen, I agree. I think I would have been happy. I'm happy with any of them because they're all talented. They're all, you know, it's not every day you get to see a short list and say that actually all of them are very talented players. Usually we come from, you know, Fernando Llorente links and Ashley Barnes and mandem like that, where we had to fear for our lives, you know, run for the hilltop. So for us to be linked with 3 technical, you know, exciting players and have to say, oh, which one is our preference, it's a better position to be in than we've been in before. So yeah, man, I'm seeing the way Man United are looking against Wolves. We've sold them Mason Money Mount.
Jammy, dodgy bastards, by the way, as per usual. The luckiest team, 20 years, ain't nothing changed. I just want to say, most corrupt club in the entire country. And they robbed Wolves. I've been quiet because these guys piping up their club, but I'll be damned if I'm quiet when you mention that corrupt club, because Wolves should have had a penalty and Wolves were robbed. And that bastard, when he's going running, I thought he was going to go to the monitor. This guy booking Gary O'Neill. I'm like, are you mad? Like,
that's why,
unbelievable.
I'm glad I didn't do a watch along in the end. I didn't have the capacity after the Lavia news, but this that decision was just a disgrace. And the fact that they come out straight after and said, yeah, we got it wrong. I was like, wow, fantastic. So Wolves don't get a point potentially, even though they actually deserve to win, because you guys just couldn't be asked to actually make a proper big call in front of Old Trafford crowd. So it looks like we're going to have a lot of refereeing issues all throughout the season as well. And then there's injuries as well. You look at Timber today, you know, we've seen De Bruyne in Cuckoo. So I was one of the people that was, and I still am very hesitant on adding too many players because I don't want to have a bloated squad, and I know what problems that can can come from that. But at the same time, if all these players are just going to be getting injured because of the overloaded schedule from last year, World Cup, even I was a content creator, was bloody exhausted over the summer, let alone these guys actually kicking the damn ball. So yeah, it looks like there's going to be injuries this year, man. So you just have to be, your team needs to be ready for anything. Simple.
100%. And I want to expand a little bit on the midfield conversation in a second, but big up to Ragav, who says, I'm seeing a lot of rumors on Decore to lesser than 60 million, almost agreed. I'm hoping it comes through. It's definitely better than Lavia and Crystal Palace player of the season. Conor Gallagher was Crystal Palace player of the season, my brother. Let's not go there. Ragav, and listen, tonight at midnight, I'm going live by myself, inshallah, because I'm tired of many Liverpool fans, so I need to speak by myself about this Liverpool situation, and I'm gonna talk about Decore and us going forward. So stay tuned. I know you're in India, I believe, because of the currency. So 12 a.m. UK time is probably like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. your time, or like 7. So you'll be waking up. So come watch the channel while you're eating your breakfast or something. Big up to you, Ragav, man. Big up to Netpal says, Betis, any discounts for Lewis Hall? What are you saying? I can't lie, I'm taking Hall right now. I'm taking him.
No. I'm not happy, man. I'm really not happy at all. I mean, he's not a holding midfielder, but yeah, I'm not happy with this whole Lewis Hall 30 million thing.
But these don't know about the Robertson situation. He don't know.
No, I do know. Yeah, I do know that as well. But I wouldn't say Lewis Hall is a centre back either. He definitely isn't a centre back. But yeah, for me personally, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with this because he is very, very talented. He's already shown it at 18 years old. Playing last season.
But this, by the way, remember from last season when I was telling you about Robertson and everyone kept pinpointing Trent? I told you this guy's fall off. It could be written in a book, man. Like,
yeah, but
how to not fall
Robertson's
off, like.
Robertson's position has changed a little bit, isn't it? Though it's left sides. Sometimes he's tucking in as like a left-sided centre back. Trent inverts, so it's not really a position that's suited to him. Like Robertson's meant to be getting high and wide, but then they used to let him do that with Trent, and they used to push both of them forward because you had the midfield to compensate. You have not had the midfield to compensate for that tactic for years because Fabinho has been pretty much washed. Henderson's been pretty much washed. So Robertson hasn't really been able to play his game since that midfield collapsed, and you didn't address the situation last summer. So I'm not gonna absolutely say Robertson's washed because he was performing at a good level for a long time, and he's not really been able to do what he normally does. He's not a inverted left back or whatever, you know what I mean? He's not one of those guys. But yeah, if you do need someone in that position, I think for us, Lewis Hall, though, he's too good a player at 18 to be letting him go, man. This is a player that could be worth 60 million.
Because many Chelsea fans have been
because politics.
And Machin as well, that's another guy.
When you've got Chilwell, who's now been given vice captain, which I ain't got a massive problem with, but then you've also got Cucurella, who costs 62 million. And both of them are on big wages. You're not going to be able to legislate for Lewis Hall unless you're going to upset someone, which I would love us to upset someone. But, you know, at the same time, if you upset someone, you got to get rid of them. And the only offers for Cucurella have been probably loan deals, maybe Newcastle, Atletico Madrid, but nothing. I haven't seen anything serious come in. So if they can't get rid of Cucurella, which is not a shock because he only signed last summer, this is why you have to be careful of what you do in the window. Then someone's going to have to take the heat. So I would have preferred just loan Lewis Hall, man. Just loan him out. I don't want him to go on loan to Newcastle because Newcastle are a direct competitor, but I'd rather loan him than sell him. So yeah, man, it's not good. I think we're definitely going to regret that one. I think he's too good at 18 to not become a good player.
Okay, and just to kind of speak on the midfield situation. First of all, big up to Niltpal, Ragav, AB, Slim, and LJ. We've got 1,000 people watching us. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. We can have 1,000 people watching us. I'm hosting the most painful show I've ever done, and you can't even hit the like button. Hit that like button. Meet me at halfway line. 500 likes right now. Slap the like button. Subscribe to This Is Football. Both of these guys' channels is in the title. Make sure to go subscribe to their channels as well. So please do like the video and subscribe. And listen, just the whole kind of Caicedo Lavia stuff. Before we speak on Olise and your forward line, Caicedo and Lavia together. How are you guys feeling about that dynamic and the fact that you get Caicedo over the line finally? I can't lie that what's that Talk Sport? There's a Talk Sport someone that, like, I forgot her name, but she said something that got her so much heat, and then like just in the transfer window she got proven correct.
Yeah.
Bro, when we bid in for Caicedo, it made like Chelsea go bid higher and go sign him. And the same thing for Arsenal and Rice. It's, hey, maybe she was onto something. So just kind of the midfield dynamic with Caicedo and Lavia in it. And in Nkunku, of course, coming back from injury. As you guys said, Olise could play there. How do you feel about Moises Caicedo from a Chelsea perspective?
Brilliant signing. Can't ask for more. Brilliant signing. One of the best young players in the Premier League, in my opinion. Certainly showed it last season. Fits exactly the criteria that we're looking for, crying out for, actually, in that midfield. And to have him and Lavia, it's brilliant because it looks like we're learning from past lessons, you know, just N'Golo Kante, for example, just using this guy and running him down to the ground, then perhaps getting him to the stage where it was hard for him to stay fit. Chelsea got to take responsibility for that. So hopefully, well, it looks like they've learned their lesson. And in terms of whether they'll both be used at the same time, this is where I think we won't see that too often, because from history shows that Pochettino likes to have the pivot and then the number 10 in front. But we can certainly use it. It's definitely a tactical variation that can work in our advantage. You know, if we want to defend the lead, for example, we can just invert the number 10 and then bring in Romeo Lavia to sit in behind the pivot. And then that way you've got more protection in front of that defense. So for me, I think it's excellent to get both of them, the level that they're both at and could potentially reach. No brainer for me.
Okay.
I think, listen, I think I've said enough on Caicedo with you, Hassam. You know my thoughts. I don't wanna do this to you. You know what I mean? You know exactly.
You kind of annoyed two Chelsea fans with your Hall take, by the way. I don't know why the people are upset with your Hall take.
Some people have said that he wants to play midfield. I think for Chelsea he would play in any position asked. I think that's fair to say. I don't think he's demanding. I don't think he's demanding to play. I don't know what this comment is. Doesn't even make any sense. So try maybe retyping that out. But in terms of Hall,
maybe he's talking about the money that you need for Hall. He's talking about it from a financial perspective, because the report before we went live, I think it was an hour ago, there was like Chelsea want 30 million for Lewis.
Yeah, we don't need to get the money from Hall. We can get the money from Gallagher. We can get the money from Chalobah. We can get the money from Ziyech, who's going as well. That's got confirmed. All these players' wages are coming off the books as well. Lukaku's wages have got to come off the books. So it's not just about cash. So we don't need to get rid of Lewis Hall, because Lewis Hall's on like very little money. And yeah, you can get 30 million for him, but you can also not have to spend more money in the future, potentially replacing the left back position when you've got someone there that can play it a lot better than some of the senior guys. So in terms of Lewis Hall, I don't think he demands to play in midfield for Chelsea. If Chelsea said to him, right, we've got a space for you in the team and you're going to play left back or left wing back, he would 100% take it. There's loads of players that have moved position as they've come from the youth academy into the first team. I can go through the names, but you know, ain't going to waste any time. So if he goes on loan, though, I heard that Palace, he wants to play in midfield and he'll start off at left back because I think they have an issue with Mitchell, and then he'd be moved into midfield. But at the end of the day, most of these players, they want to get into football, into their 11 first. And once they get into the 11, then they'll show their characteristics. If you're playing at left back in the modern game, you could show that you can play in midfield just by what you do on the ball. Look at Trent. Do you know what I'm saying? Just because you're playing at fullback doesn't mean that suddenly now you're not going to be able to showcase some of your talents. If anything, you might be able to get forward a little bit more. So yeah, for me personally, it's just politics, man. It's just politics. If we didn't sign Cucurella, we wouldn't be letting go of Lewis Hall, because we've already shown that we're willing to keep academy players that have performed. Levi Colwill got a new contract in the starting 11. Reece James, new contract. So we would have kept Lewis Hall if, you know, we literally just signed him up to a 6+ 1 year contract. So I don't know what that guy's really waffling about, to be honest. We just signed him up to a 6+ 1 year contract. Why should we be selling someone that we just gave a new 7-year contract? It just doesn't make sense. It's only because of politics.
I want to touch on this whole thing because, as you said, I can't lie. The Caicedo and Lavia, I think it's actually better for me we move on, because I want
you be rinsing that now.
It's been painful. I can't lie. I got cooked for in different times on this. Big up to Boogie says biggest misconception about Hall is that Hall went to Poch and the club and said he don't want to play left back. He wants to be a centre midfielder like he was in the academy. Why he got no minutes in pre-season? Big up the panel, and then he comes back. Boogie, he's really passionate about this Hall situation. Not advocating selling Hall at all, but the context is key, which is why he was going Palace on loan after signing the contract to play midfield. Guni, what's your thoughts on this whole situation?
Well, if he's adamant to be playing in a midfield position, we've got to look at it. You get me? We've got to look at the situation. Who's currently in the midfield? Caicedo, Lavia, Enzo Fernandez, Andre Santos. Those are 4 players that I've just mentioned that I don't think he's going to get ahead of. Potentially, maybe Andre Santos, you never know. But the other 3, I'm pretty confident he's not going to get a start over them. So already that's going to present a problem. Where is he going to get his minutes? He's young. He needs to play football. So for me, if he's adamant about playing centre mid and he's tired of playing left back, then we've got no choice but to sell him. My only argument would be very similar to what Matisse is saying. We just gave him a 6+1. And we're selling him for 30 million, and he's already shown the potential, a bit of potential. Do you know what I mean? And to a direct rival as well for a European spot, I think we should be selling for way more than 30 million if that's the case. We're in control here. We don't have to concede to anything. We're in control. 7 years.
The only thing I've seen and read is that if he goes to Palace, the plan is to use him as centre mid. A lot of the time when these young Chelsea academy products potentially are about to leave the club, there's this witch hunt of, oh, they must have done something wrong, or they must be demanding this, they must be demanding that. The same rubbish was happening when Levi Colwill was coming towards the Euros, the championship, under-21 championship, and people were like, oh, he's arrogant, he doesn't want to be here because he didn't do this on Instagram video live, and he doesn't want to be here because he hasn't got the Chelsea @ in his Instagram bio, and he doesn't want to be here because he hasn't set up the Chelsea. So when an academy player that's talented and knows he's talented is on the way potentially of leaving, it's always got to be their fault. It's always got to be their fault every single time.
That video gassed me as well.
Because people want to justify why they're leaving to make themselves feel better. Do you know what I'm saying? And Lewis Hall, since he's come to the first team, has been an adamant professional. He's performed. He's played wherever the managers asked him to play. And at 18 years old, until I hear otherwise, properly hear otherwise, I don't see a world where an 18-year-old who just came into the first team last season is demanding to play central midfield for Chelsea Football Club at 18 years old. It's just, So
the question that begs itself then to you both, because this is the point that's been made here, which is absolutely correct. Do you see him at Chelsea long term? This is what Mahmoud is saying. Mahmoud, he has potential, but don't see him at Chelsea long term. If we do see him at Chelsea long term, then I don't know. Thing is, why don't you just loan him out then?
I do, but like I said, I would have loaned him out, but you know, it is what it is.
I mean, it depends, because if rumors are to be believed that he's adamant he wants to play central mid, then definitely not. I don't see a long-term future, because he's just not going to get the minutes he's going to want to get. So this is why I say, if that's what his mission is to do, he's well within his rights to demand it, but he's not going to get it at Chelsea realistically. Nobody can demand a first-team place at Chelsea. So, you know, you play where you're told at that level, unfortunately, you know, so he might have to find opportunity somewhere else. That's not me blaming him. No disrespect to him. Fair play to you. You know what you want, go and get it.
Yeah.
I mean, fair enough, but if I can't lie, I don't have a problem from the outside looking in. Look, I'm not deep into this whole situation, but I don't have a problem with youngsters demanding game time. I think that's better than youngsters who just sat around kind of like, how can I say this? Like complacent, like, oh, I'm at Chelsea. I don't care. This is a positive thing for Hall. It shows he's showing at least a mentality in which he wants to play. He wants to represent. He wants to put on the shirt, which is positive. I think I agree with what both of you guys said. And on Matisse's point, in my opinion, like, of course, this is like, once again, I'm not a Chelsea fan, but in these next 15 days left of the window, if Lewis Hall can't get minutes and you feel like it stunts his development, the only solution is a loan move. Then you could just loan him out.
That's what I'm saying.
Him in
like,
midfield, you know?
There's no point him staying here unless we're selling one of the left backs, and there's no point him staying here if we're not going to play him. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying loan him, let him go out for a year, even 2 years. We've loaned out players for 2 years before. Do you know what I'm saying? But loan him because you've already given him a massive extension. So he's a player that has 7 years to go on his contract. So you can loan him until he's 20, get his market value up to 60, not 30, because that's what he's capable of. And then if there's still no space for him, then you can sell him for double. So for me, logistically, it actually doesn't make any sense really to sell him now. We're kind of actually jumping the gun. We could get a lot more money from him. It's not even like we're selling him at his max. Do you know what I'm saying? We're selling him at the earliest opportunity. He's not even played 30 Premier League games. if you was to loan him out for even one season next year and he was to be a consistent starter and then he's to come back next summer at 19, you could be well within your right to charge minimum 40 million. And you know clubs would pay. So if we're trying to make maximum profit, I don't even think we're even doing that. And if we're talking about, you know, the quality of the player, I don't think we should be selling him. So for me, I just have to disagree on all sides that I don't really understand why we'd be selling him. And there's some people that are saying he's overrated. I don't understand how these people can judge an 18-year-old based on 20 games when he's actually played pretty well in those 20 games. And you know that the development for the player is barely even getting started, let alone finished. It's just silly comments. It's just silly comments. It's just silly
playing out of position as well.
Playing out of position. The guy's 18-year-old. How can he be underrated if a Champions League club who have qualified for the Champions League in Newcastle are willing to put down money for him and they want an obligation on a loan? How can he be overrated if he's 18 and he's potentially going to Newcastle, who finished how many places above us? Just lunacy. Don't make no damn sense.
Newcastle, man. Newcastle hype. So tired of Newcastle, man. Anyway, I want to move on to just kind of the future with Chelsea Football Club here. Actually, no. Before we move on to that topic, just finally on your squad, before I kind of move on to just a general conversation. The Kepa situation, the Sanchez situation, there's like the whole quote-unquote goalkeeper situation. What's kind of the latest happening at Chelsea? Because after Kepa left, it looked like, is Sanchez officially going to be like the starter now, or what exactly?
Apparently that's the plan for Chelsea. But I have to say this first. Please, Kepa, play good enough so they can keep you permanently. I do not want to see you back at Chelsea ever again. Never, ever again. Get him out at the earliest excuse. You see, the only thing is, that I'm so disappointed in is that there is not even an option to buy. It's just literally a dry loan. You get me? Complete dry loan. But at least his wages off the books. It's Real Madrid, so you know they're paying off his wages. So that much, I can take that. But apparently, we're looking to give Sanchez a chance to be number one, so I hear. But that doesn't mean that we're not in for another goalkeeper, because, you know, the drop-off from him to Bettinelli is mad. And then on top of that, Slanina's just been loaned out somewhere, I believe. Has he gone to Belgium already?
Yeah, he's already gone,
Yeah, so there you go. He's already been loaned. So competition for Sanchez is not Bettinelli. So if we're you put two and two together, we know we're gonna be back in the market for a goalkeeper. Now, it's not entirely clear. Like I've heard mixed stories. I've heard like this goalkeeper is meant to be a bit of competition for Sanchez, but not one we're gonna commit a massive outlay on. But then on the flip side, I'm hearing that we might, depending on outgoings and availability in the window, we might just go in for a keeper. So I don't know. With Chelsea, one thing that you can say is at times you can be prepared for transfers through the rumors that you're hearing through the press, and then another day it's Chelsea have signed this player and it's like, where did this come from? So you never know, man. Before the window closes, we just have to wait and see, innit?
Matisse, the keeper situation, what are you saying?
For me, it's very clear. Like we just need a backup keeper at this point. Like we can't really be trying to smash out some massive transfer deal for a goalkeeper at this stage. We already got Sanchez in. He's got now the number 1 shirt on the mega store. The goalkeeping coach backs him. Do you know what I'm saying? So he's got to be given the opportunity to start. Do you know what I mean? He's got to be given the opportunity to start. And then if he doesn't do what he needs to do in this season in terms of performance, then you look at the next window. But yeah, man, at this current moment, it's like I never been a fan of a competition goalkeeper in the first place. I just want a clear number 1 and a very strong number 2, but not a competition situation. Because if you have a competition situation, it's because one of the goalkeepers, both of the goalkeepers are not good enough. That's just the way I read it. If you got competition goalkeepers, then one of them's not world class. Both of them are not world class, because world class goalkeepers, they don't get rotated. So something's gone wrong, and that's evident with us for sure. So it is what it is. What can you do?
Shut your ass up, Saud, man. Don't be disrespectful now. Don't go that far. You need to chill out, brother.
I swear Saudi have put in a bid.
Listen, this is not a Liverpool show. You have to come back at midnight. Chelsea have placed orders for double-decker team buses for game days. Hey, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Big up to you, Let's Fall, man. Thank you for the super chat. Big up to Daniel Dimitrijevic. I believe this is a Macedonian name. Correct me if I'm wrong. You guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Macedonia, Serbia, Slavic countries have been pulling up to the streams lately. Big up to you guys, man. Shout out to everyone watching us. Big up for our Hussam love from a Chelsea fan. Big up to you, Daniel. Thank you so much. Big up to Mahmoud, who says, "Yo, lads, would love this show to be regular." Hey, we'll see if we try to, fix something up. Big up to you, Mahmoud, man. Thank you for the super chat. Big up to Wave, who says the disrespect to KDB in the UCL is a lie. Sends it to the first ever semi, scored against Atleti, etc., etc., etc. Assisted countless times. Hey, Wave, you saw it wasn't me on the space. It was Chelsea fans trying to press the KDB thing, not me. So don't include me in that. I'm good. I know what KDB is. So don't try and include me in that stuff they were saying. So, leave me alone. I am an innocent young man. Big up to you, Wave. Nadra sent in the same super chat twice. So big up to you for the first one. And she says, with all the money Chelsea spend, what will happen if Poch doesn't win any trophy? And that's the conversation I want to go into now. What happens with Chelsea Football Club? Before you do that, there's 1,500 people watching us. Big up to you guys. Make sure you're all slapping the like button. Make sure you're all subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. That's that retention Matisse was talking about. But we need to retain the likes. Slap the like button now, you bozos. Get those likes up, man. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Big up to Daniel. Big up to Wave, Mahmoud, Nadra, Boogie, Desi, Deji, Nilotpal, Ragav, AB Slim, and LJ for the super chats. W's chat. Big up to you guys. Make sure you're all slapping the like button. Make sure you're all subscribing to Zishi's Football if you're ready to do so right now, Habibis. Please like and subscribe. Matisse, what Nadra just said, the future, Pochettino, expectations, and you cannot say, no, you're not going to do this. Big up to Maher, who says, Chelsea fan, love your content. Big up to you, Maher. Habibi, thank you. You cannot say 40 points. Matisse, when you ask me on your channel, I'm not disingenuous. You have to put your guts on the table and say the reality. Go on.
I've already got posed this question yesterday by Big Six, so nobody can pressure me more so than where I was already pressured there. But I was gonna say 40 points, but now that you've said I can't say that, I'll give you a different answer. I'll give you the real answer. Look, gotta be, people are talking about Champions League. Obviously, that was the target anyway, and that was, for me, that was a must anyway. Before we even signed these two players, I still wanted Champions League, so it doesn't really make any difference that we signed them. I already felt like we had to be in the top 5 anyway, which is what Champions League is. So now I bump it up to probably top 3. And I bump it up to, I think I had a personal terms agreement on 80 points with them yesterday. And that's a good target. Man United got 75. Chelsea got, Arsenal got 85. Minimum 80 in the middle there. And at least knocking on the door. Not expecting us to be in a serious race where people actually expect us to win. But we need to be trying to aim to be around there. Do you know what I mean? We have to be around there because at the end of the day, Poch has been speaking about winning. And I'm here for that. I'm here for the winning mentality, man. I'm not really trying to hear anything else. And we got 7 games coming up that I think we can get 21 points from. So I'm confident, man. We just got to go about our business, not quietly, because everybody knows exactly what we've done in the market. But we just need to win games.
The quiet part is gone, brother. No longer quiet.
Yeah. I'm just trying to win games, bro. I can't lie. I'm just trying to win games and see where that takes us. But we need to be comfortably in the Champions League.
40-point crap.
We can't even be negotiating about Champions League. Can't even be negotiating about Champions League.
You know why you shouldn't be negotiating about Champions League? Because it's not even top 4 anymore. It's top 5.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So it's even worse. Like, you don't even need to be in the top 4. You don't even need to be 4th place. You could be 5th place. And it's the same for my club and yours. Also because you have very strong coefficient. Our clubs have very strong coefficient. So because you have very strong coefficient, we don't even need to be 4th. We need to be 5th. And here's the thing. After all the Chelsea money spent, Daniel says you're so close, Croatia. My bad. I know it's like insulting if I confuse those countries. Sorry, my brother. Big up all the Croatians watching us. Here's the thing, man. Look, forget agendas. I'm going to be real with you. This much money spent, Matisse, there needs to be a trophy on the table, whether it be an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup, same thing.
100%.
Needs to be something. So 100%. What do you see yourself winning one of the domestic cups?
We have to be aiming to do that, and I want one of them. I don't care which one, but I want to win one of them. Need to go to Wembley and win, man. Need to go to Wembley and win. Should be going deep in all comps that we're in, because we're not in any Europe, and we got a squad to handle those competitions. So we should be all going to the finals. We should have be a double domestic cup final again. Really, that's what we should be aiming for, and to win minimum 1, even try and take 2. I would love a domestic cup double. For me, the cups are always open every single year, no matter what position we're in. I'm always saying we can win a cup minimum. Premier League, you got to kind of take it bit by bit, and you got to build yourself and prepare yourself. Champions League is a bit of a lottery. It's a knockout competition. Everybody always wants to be minimum semi-finals and then go from there. Cups, these cups, man. Newcastle.
Look at Man United. They drew Charlton and them, man. Like,
that's
come
what I'm
on.
saying. That's what I'm saying. But obviously, if you draw Man City, then life can change very quickly. But listen, I'm not even.
No, but you have a team good enough to beat City now. Last year, I hear you. Now you can beat them. You can.
Yeah, I agree. You know, there's the team that we've assembled now. I'm not afraid of anyone. Do you know, that's what I'm on now. I'm not afraid of anyone. I know that City are better than us. You know, obviously they got a better manager. They got Haaland and whatnot. But I look forward to playing City now. I'm not going into the City game thinking shit, we're gonna get slapped up 4-0.
Yeah, damage control.
3-0. Yeah, but when we were going to play City before, it was basically damage control. That's spot on, bro. It was damage control. It was basically, we know we're gonna lose. Let's just see if we can keep it down, which is embarrassing. Now,
remember the end of last season where they played like their D team and they beat you? That was bad. You can't have that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we rested players as well, but yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
There you are. You had to get that in. Like, we rested players.
Just has to be honest, yeah. It's not, if we played our strongest team and we got slapped up by their D team, then you know that would be a bit mad. I can't lie.
Matisse, I've got a quick question for you, bro.
So shameless, man.
August 16th, 2023. August 16th, 2022. Look how far we've come in such a short space of time.
Still work to be done, brother. I need
there
trophies.
Is still work to be done, and I'm pretty sure rival fans are just like, they've just gone and done this. What else have they got up their sleeve? Listen, man, don't worry about us. We're coming. We're on the way.
I mean, I have to worry because I'm a content creator, so I have to ask you questions. I mean, how the hell else we gonna get the questions then? You know?
No, that's not to you. That's not to you. That's to all the other inquiries.
And I have to worry because me and you are in the same league. So of course I'm worried. How can I not be worried, bro? I am worried. Punish Chelsea by FFP now. Punish them. Points deduction, transfer ban.
But here's my question: were you worried about us last season before we?
No, I wasn't.
You wasn't. There you go.
Now I am. Now I am, bro.
It will take time. It will take time.
So, Goody, what are your expectations? You haven't given me an answer. Go on then.
I'll start with we definitely got to get a domestic cup, potentially even two. And we've got to get. I don't care about this top 5 shit. I think we need to go into this season with at least the mentality of trying to win the league. Remember the mentality. I didn't say do it. Go in with the mentality and see how far you finish. And for me, if you fall short of winning the league, I would like to get 3rd place, bare minimum. That's acceptable for me. 3rd for me, I'm looking good season. So something for the next summer to build on that, and then to be, you know, potentially challenging for the title. Because listen, as much as we've spent, we've also got to respect there's a football team in our league that have just done the treble. Yeah, they just cleaned up shop. So to catch up to that kind of level, regardless of how much money you spent, is going to take some time. Pep Guardiola has come in here and absolutely taken the proverbial piss out of the Premier League and out of Europe. He done it last season. So fair play to him, but there's a lot of catching up to do with not just us, with all the other 19 teams that are below Manchester City. So I think it's fair to say that.
100%.
So are you expecting a domestic cup as well? So this is the thing. The reason why the whole City thing, what Dan just said in this is something I've heard from Chelsea fans myself. And I'm not talking about trolls. I'm not talking about spaces people before Matisse gets upset. I'm just saying there are certain Chelsea fans who still expect a title challenge. Like what Dan's saying. Poch's first new seasons with new young players, UCL football minimum, try to win a domestic cup. Next season must challenge for the title. Hit the likes. Make sure to listen to him and do hit the likes. There are certain Chelsea fans who are expecting a title challenge this season, as things stand. I
don't mind them expecting that. I'm never gonna shit on people for wanting to win trophies at my club. Aim for the stars. I'm just saying, for me personally, I understand that it's a lot of players in their first full season in the Premier League. So I'm not expecting them to show consistent levels to win a title in their first full seasons, because when we look at first full seasons for a lot of players, we usually give them a pass, right? Now, I'm trying to see consistency to finish with 80 points. So that means that most of this squad have got to have a great to good first year. That's what I'm looking for, because you know these are top talents. But to win a league for your first season in charge, I know he's been in the Premier League before, but it's been a long time as well. But he's coming in and immediately just winning the league. We haven't seen that since Conte, and that was before Pep got himself settled. Now, to compete, 100%, no problem. I would love to be able to say, you know, we're going to compete. We're going to be pushing them all the way. And as the season goes on, obviously the confidence, if we're performing, is going to get higher and higher to actually do that. It's game week 1. Do you know what I mean? We've played 1 match. The bare minimum I'm looking for is 80 points, top 3, in and amongst it. The confidence about competing will come with the context of performances, no more injuries as well to key players. Because if Nkunku was fit, I'd have a lot more confidence. Right now, we just took a lot of goals out of the team again by him getting injured, because he was banging in preseason. So that really annoys me. But yeah, we'll just see. But for me, yeah, minimum, that's what I'm trying to see. That's what I'm trying to see. We need a trophy, but we want a trophy every single season. There's not a single season I've supported Chelsea where I've not thought we could win a cup. Even when we're at our lowest, you can always win a cup. There's no excuse not to try and win a cup. Nobody here is Tottenham. So at all times you can try and win a cup. There's no doubt about that. No doubt.
Shot at Tottenham there. Love it. Love to see it.
I'm looking at games after January, because that's apparently when Nkunku is going to be back. So the games that I would be worried about, so the 31st of January, we've got Liverpool at Anfield. So potentially we could have him back for that. That's good news. 17th of February, we got Man City away. Potentially could be back for that. That's good news. We got Spurs at home, the 24th of February. 16th of March, we've got Arsenal away. 3rd of April, we've got United away. So those are the teams that I'm really looking at, like the sort of direct competitors. But I think it's never a good time to have a player out, especially a player like Christopher Nkunku, because we know that he's supremely talented, but at least he won't be missing a massive chunk of like the quote unquote bigger fixtures. So that's the only positive really you can take from it. But yeah, Matisse, he's right, man. Like Nkunku, big part of it. He was having a good preseason as well. Very instinctive finisher, man. Some of the finishes just show that he's naturally just there to do it. And I think as well, with this whole situation with the striker, I think if Nkunku was fit, maybe Chelsea would sort of been looking at that and thinking we're not really going to explore that too much, which I think is the right answer anyway. I don't think it's a big market for the strikers at the minute. I mean, for realistic targets anyway, I don't think it's a very good market for it.
I agree. I would have just preferred to have Nkunku, to have Jackson, Borja recover from his injury and assess what they do, because up until January it is 1 game a week. If FA Cup doesn't start till January, we've just got Carabao Cup, which we're going to rest against Wimbledon, and hopefully the first couple of rounds we don't get difficult draws. We're going to rest and rotate anyway. So yeah, for me, I would have preferred to just leave it until January. Obviously, Ivan Toney then becomes available again, and then if we're not getting enough goals, then you can address it then. There was plenty of players signed by Arsenal last January to top them up, so to speak. There was plenty of players, you know, signed by others as well. Man United, I know they made a few loan moves, but people forget that the January window is there. Like, you can make additions if you need to. You don't have to do everything right now. Even though people want to have their dream team now, and if they don't have it now, they're like, shit. But unless you're in Champions League group stages, which we're not, it's an extra 6 games. We you know that we literally have 1 game a week, so we just need to be able to take care of business at home and then see what we need afterwards.
Lads, what's the situation with Osimhen as well? I'm not saying that any team.
There is no situation.
No. Wait. I'm saying, like, hold on. I'm
getting
saying
too greedy now.
No,
wait.
I don't even know why that brother's name came out of your mouth just now.
Can you lot?
I'll be honest.
Can you lot?
I don't know either.
No,
listen.
What
is his contract situation now, and has he signed
120 M's?
No, I'm asking you, what is the contract situation now? Is he signed his contract?
Meant to be signing a new deal. I don't know if he actually signed it.
Right. How long has he got left on his contract?
I'm not sure. to be honest.
It's about a year or going to be a year very soon. So before you fast man try to tell me, listen, yeah, I'm saying future reference. Now,
I don't even know if I don't even know if I
future
even want him,
reference,
to be honest. I don't even know if I even want him, to be honest.
What do you mean I don't know if you want him, brother? Where are your goals coming from? Come on, Matisse, man.
Bro, let me assess Jackson first.
Yeah, but this is going to be after this is going to be like next summer. I'm not talking about now.
But why for me, why would we automatically feel like we have to get Osherman for next summer when we haven't seen Jackson for a full season?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying,
but I'm saying for Sam, like he's saying, why am I not like? That's why I want to see what Jackson does. If Jackson smashes it, why would I replace him with someone else when I could just promote Fofana from Union Berlin, who will probably smash it as well? Like this need for a big name, especially for Chelsea, is if anything, we're the only fan base really that should be like, actually, we definitely should not be thinking about big names because we've got such a bad record. Like for me, I'm not trying to spend 150 million on somebody else's striker. We could just develop our own, and then next thing you know, we've got a world-class striker. Our club problem solved with the right mentality, with the right work rate, the right link-up play, the right first touch, great speed. Like Jackson is looking so well-rounded. The only thing he didn't do against Liverpool is finish. I'm more than happy to just see what he does. I'm not gassed on Osherman or any of these big names. These guys weren't even. Osherman's not even banged in more than. He's only been in Serie A banged in more than 20 goals 2 seasons. When he was at Lille before that. So he was a product or some sort of up and coming striker before Napoli went and got him. He wasn't always this world-class guy that everybody wants. So I'm not asked, man. I'm walking away from this big name nonsense. I can't lie. I'm done. I'm scarred.
Yeah, too many big names. Too many big names.
I'm done.
Too many. So anyway, before we let Matisse go, because he's in his analyst era now, trying to do analyst. 50 minutes live before I watch along. You know, it's big up, man. Big up Matisse. Trying to make it to Sky Sports. One day I'm gonna see him next to Roy Keane pissing him off.
Already been on Sky, bro.
Let me no, but next to Roy Keane, I said next to Roy Keane. See how I went well for you? See how I went well for you as a brother, but you always just dunk on me.
I don't want to be the next Roy Keane, bro. I'm not gonna.
Okay.
That brother doesn't smile, man.
Hussam, I'm sure you love onion rings and a pack of polos. They look like your midfield is empty in the middle. Listen, when I said El Neni starts for us, I wasn't lying. Like he starts because we don't have a DM. So thank you, Clara, for stabbing me in the back. Big up you, man. I'm keeping company doing night shift. Big up to you, Mahmoud, man. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for your support as well. Big up to you, my brother. Faisal here has a question for you. This is from Serbia. Striker and goalkeeper options, 20k subs soon, ya ma'allam. Hey, we're approaching 20k, man. 200 or so away. We're going to get there, inshallah, soon. Yeah, what are your striker and goalkeeper options, guys?
Matthias, go ahead. Let you go first. You're on mute, bruv.
I'll let you take it because you put your neck out on the line potentially for a goalkeeper today.
Goalkeeper for me, again, like I like Diogo Costa. Small chance that we'll go for him, but I don't think, as it stands, I don't think we will. I don't know if we will, but if we do, I wouldn't complain. Outside of that, I can't really think of too many available options out there. You know, that's the honest truth. And in terms of strikers, yeah, contrary to what you two man were saying, yeah, I'm happy with Jackson leading the line for this season.
Say it to your chest, Goonie. Run me awesome. Say it.
With Jackson leading the line for this season. In terms of perhaps getting a number 2 for him, Chelsea apparently are saying they want to see with Breuer. If that's the case, I support their decision because so far the decisions that they've made, both with incomings and outgoings, have been almost spot on for me. So I'm gonna trust that. But yeah, let's see, man. Like I said, the striker option out there, it's a bit of a small market, to be honest with you. It's not really a great market to be dipping in there. And you know, give Jackson his chance. Let's see.
Matisse, you're on mute, Matisse. Where's your professionalism, Mr. I've been on Sky?
Brother,
I got you.
Brother. I have always you don't. You know what? Let me not be triggered. I'm going to respond to your question.
Is great.
I'm going to respond to your question before I go because you. I'm not going to get into this with you right now. But in terms of the goalkeeper, I'm happy with any competent backup, experienced like a Navas or someone, just someone that I know that if push comes to shove, they need to come in and do a job, they can do a job. I don't think we need anything particularly special, especially when we've already signed Sanchez for 25 million. And if we were going to get someone world class, we would have needed to have done that by now. And obviously, Kepa didn't go, so we didn't know. And now Courtois got an injury, now Kepa's gone, but we didn't even sell Kepa. I'm just kind of disappointed with the Kepa deal in general. There's no loan fee, there's no obligation to buy, there's no sale. It's like it's just one of those.
Navas who? Keylor, you mean?
Keylor, yeah. It's just a favor for Real Madrid. It's like, bro, Real Madrid got money. You should have made them give us a minimum 5 million loan fee. That's just how I feel. But yeah, it is what it is. For me, we just get a competent backup and we keep it moving, bro.
You wouldn't take Lukaku?
Lukaku in goal?
No, as a striker. Because he asked for strikers too.
Do you think, let me.
No, chill, bro. What's wrong with you? Can you relax? Why are you angry?
Because I get triggered by, I get triggered by Lukaku and you still bring it up. It's like, what do you want from me? You want me to do? You want me to cuss? I'm not doing this.
Okay, listen, before we let you go, let me ask you a quick question. I need a favor from you. I know you're well connected within the Chelsea, the Chelsea universe. Can you call Todd Bowley and tell him to pretend he wants the Corey so we can get it over the line, please?
You're a clown. You're actually a clown. No, we're not doing that for you. No. After the way you behaved in this window with us, we're not doing that for you.
Hey, do me a favor. Act like you want the Corey so I can actually sign him.
You are the reason why we overpaid for Caicedo. We're not doing you a favor. You guys get your own deals done. Go and overpay and have fun. Have fun out there.
Pretend you want him. Just
we don't want him.
Actually go get it over the line.
We don't want him. Handle your business, bro.
You know what's really funny? If you pretended you wanted them and he still chose you, that's when I would delete my channel. Anyway, Matisse, where can people find you?
MAH is the platform. YouTube, just 3 letters, nice and easy. That's where you'll see me. Man City vs Sevilla watch along, and that's it. Really, big up.
Thank you for coming in, Matisse. Good luck on your watch along, my brother. Big up to you.
Thank you.
Me and Guni are gonna stick around for you guys for a little bit. Big up to you, man. Big up to you. Me and Guni are gonna stick around a little bit because we still have kind of a few conversations to talk about. Look at LJ taking the piss now. See, Guni, this is what I talk about. I've just put myself in a position now where people just taking the piss. It's not just Chelsea fans telling me get Gallagher. These guys are telling me Sambi Lokonga. Are you mad? Bro? Come on, man. You want to hear the sad part? Lokonga and El Nani start for us because we got no DM.
Bro, you're in an identical situation to what we've been in. I'm telling you, we've been like this for up until now, 5 years since Matic left. You got to address that situation and address it fast. You have to.
Guni, remember when you first met me and my own fan base were calling me negative?
Yeah.
Now where we're at?
Look how it's turned around. Yeah, man.
If only they listened, man. If only.
Those that knew could see it early, but you get me. We're here now. It is what it is. But there's still. But do you know what? On the DM situation, yeah.
Yes.
I think outside of everything that you lot have been through with both Caicedo and Lavia, there are still options out there for you. There are still options. It just depends.
There are options, but you know the problem, Guni. Look at it from your own club's perspective. Imagine this saga was different. You were looking to Caicedo for 3 months and you ended up getting Lavia only. You would be upset, wouldn't you?
Yeah, of course I would.
The thing is for us, it's just because like we sat up here and we done the whole Caicedo thing and we're like, here's 111 on the table. And you know, for us as well, Caicedo takes us to a title type thing. Like you're talking about next level shit, right? So we kind of felt that. And now you're telling me Decore and shit. If we just signed Decore 2 months ago, no one would have said nothing. But now, because after, I always say, like, after you've made me taste caviar, don't take me back to canned sardines. Like, that's the problem, you know? That the issue is in the principle more than the player himself.
Your problem isn't that you need one. You need two, bruv. Yeah. That's the thing. You need more than one number 6. Otherwise, you're not going to learn from the Fabinho lesson, similar to Chelsea and Kante. You just end up running your number 6 down to the ground, and then you're back to square one. Do you know what I mean? So you got to get 2. And it's like I said, there's options out there. Like there's one that I'm very surprised that no one's gone for this player. And I think Federico Redondo looks very talented. I really do think he looks very talented. I think he looks very well-rounded as well. But there's probably a good reason for that. You get me? It's probably a good reason for that. But your lot are saying that Amrabat, Liverpool and Amrabat.
Yeah, I'm seeing that in the comment section. And look, I will expand on the Liverpool thing tonight on my later on show. The Core incoming quality player. Watch the space, Terry Tibbs. Fair enough, Terry. I think that the Core thing is probably the most realistic one. I saw this tweet, Dan, and thank you for the super chat, but I'm not quite sure how reliable the source is, to be honest with you. But I will speak on it, inshallah, later on tonight. I looked at the source. The source is AD Sporter Wereld, which is like a Facebook group and an Instagram thing. It's like some Dutch newspaper. That's not necessarily the most reliable thing out there, I'm going to be honest with you. And here, there's this Johan guy. He's the same guy that works for it. Bro, he got 6K followers, man. Like, come on, man. Like, not all sources are realistic, brother. Not all sources are realistic. Can't understand why Liverpool don't get Zubimendi. I'm gonna be honest with you, he has a release clause of 55 million, but you need to understand sometimes Basque players they don't like to leave the Basque region as well. That's another thing. Like the Basque players, the Basque players sometimes they just want to stay in that region as well. So we have to keep that in mind. Anyway, everyone watching us right now, please do like the video. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. There's just one final segment I want to ask Guni about before we wrap it up. So we're not going to keep Guni for too long. Everyone watching us right now, like the video, subscribe to the channel. There's still 1.3k people watching us right now. Hit that like button. The target is 1,000 likes. So if you're watching this now or on the play, please like the video. Please subscribe. Keep letting us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Everyone who sent in a super chat is going to get a shout out at the end. So, Guni, Pochettino. There's one final piece of this puzzle. How do you feel about Pochettino so far? Do you see a world in which Pochettino gets sacked this season? Do you see a world in which your fan base turn on him? Like, where are you at with this whole entire Pochettino situation? Because there are still some people, the proper Chelsea people, who can't accept it because he's a former Spurs man. Where do you land with the whole Poch situation? You're on mute, by the way. You just done the Matisse. No way.
Literally just done the Matisse, man. But I'm happy he is off the stream when it happens. So yeah, I've got life. But with that situation there,
go on.
Bro, hold on. Sorry, what was the question again? Go back.
Pochettino.
I don't see it unless it's an extreme circumstance, fam. Like if it's anything similar to last season or looking like it's going to be anything like that. But chances are, I don't think it's going to be like that. I think he's going to do relatively well. He's proven himself to be a good manager. You know, those Chelsea fans that are bitter that Spurs are like, you know, or he managed Spurs or whatever. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. Moved on from there. He picked us. You know, he's got a brilliant project. Obviously, he's being back this time. Remember, he never had the resources at Spurs, and look how well he done there. Now with resources, he should be doing way better than he did before. So I'm hoping he moves in a positive way, man. I'm hoping that, you know, he does get a very good finish and we do come away with one, perhaps even two domestic trophies. Even if it's the Carabao Cup, bruv, I'll be shameless and I'll take it. A trophy's a trophy. And here's the thing, like, when you've got a young squad, as young as ours, winning a trophy like a Carabao Cup or whatever, it builds confidence. And I point back to, like, you know, when during our first era with Abramovich, before we went on like our dominant run per se, it was the Carling Cup at the time, the League Cup. A lot of the players said after winning that, we got a taste of victory and we knew that we could go on and do more. And clearly it spurred them on to go and win trophies. So if that can have a similar effect with this group, then I'm all for it. Do you know what I mean? Winning breeds confidence. I'm all for it. I'm taking whatever we can get this season.
So just in terms of style of football and the development of the youth, do you like what Pochettino is doing so far? If you could just expand on his style, what do you see him trying to implement?
I think the most important thing before anything is creating a stable environment. I think that's the most important thing, because we've lacked stability for so long. Managers coming in and out, you know, players going in and out, this dissent in the changing room essentially between players. Now, hopefully, we've got like a new crop of players, a new fresh start, a new manager who seems to know what he's doing, you know, who has overachieved at previous clubs before, who has the Premier League experience, who the players clearly respect as well. You can see it in their body language, you can see it how they respond to the manager. So yeah, I can only see positive things happening for this squad, man. To be completely honest, I can only see it being positive, because for him to be a failure in context to what we've seen with the previous, you know, three managers, no, I'm not going to put Tuchel in there, but the previous two managers are the extreme, Frank Lampard and Graham Potter. It will be hard to top that, almost impossible. Do you know what I mean? But the standard should still be up here. I maintain what I said. These boys need to go into this season with the mentality that they're going to win the Prem. Do your best. That should be the mentality, bare minimum. But am I expecting that to be the outcome? Realistically, no. But I would love it to be the outcome. I'd be surprised if it was, but realistically, no. But at least go in with the mentality, because if you do that, you're going to finish as high as you potentially could have. And I'm not going to have any complaints. And for me, that means decent finish once again, and one, possibly two domestic trophies.
Okay, I like that you're being realistic, because Matisse tried to do the shameless thing. Fucking 40 points, my ass. No one's trying to hear all that after you spend all that money. 40 points,
no,
come on,
true.
man.
But the play style, yeah, I went off on the Oba one. Yeah, I went off on a mad tangent there, bro. But the play style, yeah, I need to move on to that. I'm a little bit lean, fam. I'm not gonna lie, but the play style again is that 4-2-3-1 football. A lot of emphasis on the fullbacks. We know Pochettino likes to get, you know, maximum potential out of them. Look at the fullbacks he's worked with before. You know, Luke Shaw as an example. Kyle Walker, even Danny Rose, while he was playing under him, looked amazing at Tottenham. So I'm expecting to see him get the best out of the fullbacks. Obviously, now we've got this midfield that is looking a lot more balanced. You know, we've got different tactical options. Like I said before, we can play with the pivot and the number 10. If you want to defend the lead, you can play with the pivot and Romeo Lavia in behind, who is a natural DM, natural number 6. So, you know, there's going to be a variation of styles. I'm sure you're going to see a lot of in-game changes as well. We didn't expect the back three against you guys. I know that was a bit pragmatic, but we had to respect the opponent because we didn't have that balance in the midfield, which we've now addressed, you know. So hopefully we'll see the back four going forward. That's what we saw a lot of in the preseason. So, you know, Jackson as well, he's going to be massively involved in the play. He likes to drop deep and get involved in play. He does also contribute to the gritty side. You get me? So it's good to see that he's going to be involved a lot with the transitional play, winning the ball high up the pitch, can carry the ball very well. He can bring other wingers into play. Hopefully Mudryk, aka Ukraine Bolt, I don't know who coined that one, but that one's hilarious. He can get
Ukraine Bolt.
Yeah, you know, heard that one. Ukraine Bolt is what they call him, bruv. You get me?
He should have scored that chance at the end, though. He should have scored. He really should have.
Yeah, definitely.
That's at the end of the game. He should have buried that.
Definitely.
But that will come. That will come with confidence and stuff. And look, Guni there is being realistic with his football club, saying speaking the truth. And I don't think anything he said is shameless or crazy. Top 3, top 4, top 5 with a domestic cup, and I think it's a massive improvement because they did start from 12th place, so that's the starting position. Big up to Wave, who says, because LFC ain't attractive place like London, I think LFC should invest in their academy. I agree completely. You know, Wave, I wish I could just hug a super chat, because the amount of times I spoke about our academy, it's either we produce generational like Gerrard or Trent, or produce bums, like there's no in the middle. And I always say, if you want to look at the quality of the academy, look at the quality that you sell to. Meaning, if Chelsea want to sell an academy player, they'd sell to a mid-level Premier League team, or maybe a very good championship team. Brother, some of the academy players we sell are going to League 2. They're going to non-league. Like, you're talking about massive. We sold like a youngster like Yeovil Town. If a player is Yeovil Town quality, what's he doing at my club? So that's the thing. So for me, the academy 100% needs so much work. 100%, I agree with you completely. Standout youth player that you would bring back to the club if needed, says Faisal. I mean, for us, there is not really anyone we could bring back. I don't know what Guni would say though. Is there any standout youth player you'd bring?
Again, we got. I mean, off the whim, I think I've got to see more of Redondo. I actually think Gordon Duath at Salzburg might be a bit of a shout as well. He's a natural DM. He played against us. He looked very good for me, both home and away. Saw him at a few more Champions League games. Not the biggest sample size of the player, but from what I saw of him, he definitely looks good. Other reports, by all means, say that he's a very talented player. I think that he would fit in. Another thing, Oba1. Yeah, he asked me about the future of Chelsea, how I can see them playing. And I'm going off the history of what we've seen from Mauricio Pochettino. That is the formation that he prefers. So,
but why are you mad?
That's your answer.
Every time, brother. Why?
Because I'm a Chelsea fan. Is he not a Chelsea fan? What team does he support?
He is a Chelsea fan.
Oh, he is.
I thought he was just angry at me. I don't know why you're mad. Listen, you cannot go off one Chelsea game. It's just when Klopp first came to Liverpool, I went off his Dortmund history. That's just how life works. Anyway,
you never know, innit?
Yeah, 100%. Big up to LJ, big up to Slim, AB, Ragab, Nilitpal, Daisy, big up to Boogie, big up to Nadra, Mahmoud, Daniel, Wave, big up to Dan, big up to Todd, big up to Aya Gumayday for the super chat, big up to Faisal as well. Big up to every single person who sent in a super chat. Thank you everyone for all the love and support you've shown us. Make sure you're all liking the video. Make sure you're all subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single person watching us right now, this very second, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. And stay on the stream. Don't go anywhere, in the words of Matisse, because it will redirect you to Gooni's channel. Gooni, let them know where they can find you.
Man Knows Football, I'm going live with Eunice in 4 minutes. We're going to talk about the whole situation with Olise and the quote-unquote tapping up and whether Crystal Palace are going to go forward with those allegations, which I doubt that they will. But anyway, we're going to discuss that. Obviously, we're going to discuss Romeo Lavia. Apparently, he's having or had his medical today. Remains to be seen. We're just going to talk about potential new additions to the club. So make sure you join us. I'm sure most of you, especially the Chelsea fans, know who Eunice is. So catch us there.
Okay. Big up to you, Gooni. Stay here, and it will redirect you to the exact video he's talking about. Big up to you guys, and come back for the Amrabat / the Kore video. See you guys later, man. Peace out.
Southgate out. Bless.